Oh
Would
wait,
it
and
be
I will
helpful if, like, I
also
remember like what kind of creatures or what like
no
it's a trow is a dark elf?
Drow.
Drow.
Drow, Drow.
It's also in the handbook that we
Yeah,
have online, so you.
but yeah, they used to be. They're now still sort of frowned upon in this edition, but they're always very. People are very scared of them because they're definitely a intimidating race because they're very sneaky and can't be
They're
trusted.
inherently an evil race.
Exactly.
They usually are
So
like
yeah,
chaotic or
what's his face talks about the crossbow, probably the hand crossbow, probably being Drow and make, and still that he may have ties in the Underdark and with the Dark Elves, which can't be good for the human race because everybody is against the humans. And Creighton, of course, says this in so many words. And yeah,
um dark elf. Yes, that is a find. I was wondering if you also came across the requisition I filed.
yes, I did. The
Or has there been any development in that area?
We have found Rokan. Where is Rokan?
Sir, if only I knew.
All right. Well, we will speak with him later, I guess. We'll have to speak with him about his attendance on these duties and these blessings. This is his third day that he has missed, or that he is late for. But he goes, yes. Well, the we are still considering it, but it's going to be hard for us to find the right person. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll take whomever is willing, I suppose. I just can't really, take down an entire organization by myself.
Yes. We know that.
I look kind of upset about the fact that he said that, even though,
Yeah,
of
he
course, like,
yeah
of
he
course, I
meant it.
couldn't actually do that, but like, it would just have been nice.
Yeah, he's definitely he doesn't really care about your response, and he's just like, well, we know. But yeah, he says, are you are you here for are you ready to work today?
Yes, sir, as always.
All right. Well, I've got a couple things today that we need to be looked at. Do you remember? I don't. I was supposed to look back into our old recordings to that guy's name for that first quest hook I gave you, but I don't remember his name. So now I've got to go find one. This is embarrassing. Well, he says in the middle of this, he goes, "There's a boy, Calvin, who is we. I'm sorry, it's a. It's not a boy. It's a little girl named Sophie. Her parents have died about a couple weeks ago. Her father died after her mother, and now she is still living and thriving and perfectly okay with this. She lives in her house by herself. She's 8 years old, and we've been watching her, and there is no guardian, it seems, but she is living her life normally. But her parents are both have been buried.
So you suspect magic?
We either suspect magic or we suspect murder. We suspect something that this child knows that we do not.
What shall I do?
You may investigate if you wish, or we can, or that's one thing you can do today. We could always give it to someone else or do it another time. We also have another one I can have you do, which is, find the guy's name.
I'll tend to the child, I suppose.
Okay.
I'd hate to see someone so alone. Yes, I'll take care of it.
Okay. Like I said, her name is Sophie. She lives out in the slums, and that's also kind of scary because she's by herself, alone.
In the slums.
In the slums.
All right. I get up and like go to shake his hand. But
He shakes your hand.
What?
He goes to shake your hand.
But as I'm standing up from my chair, my scarf gets caught on the back of it, and it kind of like follows me.
Okay.
And, like,
The chair follows you.
Like butts into me.
Okay. He kind of furrows his eyebrows and tries not to laugh as he shakes your hand and then salutes you.
I shake his hand and just kind of like, okay, good. Then I walk away.
Yeah.
Is there a file that comes like with these missions, like just of information? Or
yes.
I take it back to the observatory.
Make a Okay, no, that's fine.
No. Do you want me to roll?
No. You go to the observatory.
And I just kind of like, what information can I get from the file?
Sure. Actually, while you're thumbing through the file, maybe a file that you grabbed, or a piece of information that you grabbed, along with the file, the leather bound file. There was also a paper in there slipped about a mysterious young woman riding what looked to be a horned beast that was seen in the outskirts of the city.
Is that another file?
It seems to be an extension of a separate file, but you must have grabbed it when you grabbed everything off the table. There's not much information on it. Maybe the rest of the file is back there, or it just wasn't filled out completely, but it says that the mysterious female rides a horned beast and is often scoping out or scouting what looks like to be the outskirts of the city from beyond the docks. Like you could see it at the docks and across the river, across the harbor. They see this mysterious woman.
Okay. I go to, I'm like just in the observatory, I'm smoking my pipe, reading through the file. That file intrigues me. Do I know anything of the people of the forest, or is that...
What was that? Sorry, my Skype was being poopy.
Should I look up information, the file intrigues me, so I look up information in my observatory, just about like woodland races and of lore of the area around Evervale.
Okay. There is a... Sorry, just one sec. I think so, yeah. So, Lily, your character is... Oh, okay, human. All right. Yeah, so the around the area there was some files about the eradication of some tribes. And there, yeah, and how of some tribes and some. There's one recently that was just taken out called the Beloved Kala, and they were a tribe of wizards and old priests that have gone against the Empire,
Okay.
but have since been seized. And they can only assume that maybe, possibly, this mysterious woman could be a part of that tribe.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just trying to move it around.
Funny. So I don't like make any connection between her and like a tribe that's relevant now.
Yeah.
Okay.
A prevalent tribe now? No. I mean, maybe. I don't really know Lily's character in depth.
Okay. I make my way down to Sophie's house. I grab a few like tonics and like powders and ingredients and stuff, and like throw them all in my bag and like make sure I have everything. And I light my pipe and put up my hood and walk out the door.
Okay. So yeah, you head towards Sophie's, and Lily, what is your character doing at this moment? I know that I've given you nothing to start with, and that's probably the hardest thing as the first time ever playing to do. But what do you think your character would be doing?
It's nearly noon.
It's nearly noon. She is probably. Well, it depends. Where in the storyline are we now? Is this? Do you want it to? Because I can really have her doing anything that helps you guys out the best. Is this?
You just have to be you.
When?
Anything. You can be anywhere, and I'll weave it into whatever. So you can be like, oh, I'm killing a dragon, or like, oh, I'm doing this, or I am frying eggs. Like whatever you're doing, I'll just.
She's probably right now. She's in the process. The people of her village have sort of communicated to her that it's with the abundance of magical creatures that's kind of taking over the forest and eating up their crops and scaring away and killing all the livestock. They've sort of communicated to her that it's time to travel to the city and speak to whoever is in charge. So now she's in the process of sort of gathering supplies because she's not sure how long she's going to be gone.
Okay. So there's kind of like a montage going on between Mark and your character. You're packing things. You're grabbing bundles of sticks, bedrolls. He's grabbing books and scrolls. So it's kind of like
very picturesque.
Which is kind of cool. Mark, you make your way towards the slums. The directions on where she lives is close to the gates, but that's why it's kind of weird for you because there's some sort of sworn patrol. Sworn, Lily being the guard.
Yeah.
So there's some sworn patrol and some sworn presence, but it still gives you this unease because it's so close to the gate. It's so also deep into the slums itself. But yeah, you head into the slums and towards her home. Lily, you are out of town right now, or marching towards the outskirts, right? You're heading into the city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you head into the city.
Wow, that was fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know all the shortcuts. It's definitely like a couple hours probably half a day's trip. Sorry, I don't know why this is so loud. Why? Oh, it's my bow tie. That was weird.
Your bow tie got caught in your microphone?
Yeah, when I scratched my back, my mic was making noise, which was weird.
Your bow tie was too loud.
My bow tie was scratching the microphone. It's just things you have to deal with when you look so damn fresh. So, you a couple hours go by. Same with you, Mark. After you're doing your research, the sun is starting to set. It's actually, the sun had already set, and it's just that dark before it's that twilight before it gets to actual darkness. The sun's down, and now the sky is cooling, and turning into is growing darker and turning into that pitch that we know and love. Well, it doesn't actually ever turn pitch because of the aurora. Above Hearth, there's a constant aurora because that's where the gods are. Because in the lore, Rolthane locked the gods away and threw himself as king and emperor and god of everything. So anyway, so right before the aurora swells, it's turning into that darkness. The sun just set, and there's like 2 guards patrolling the gates. The gates are open. They didn't close them for the night, but there are 2 guards out there. The gateway is probably about 25 feet by 20 feet to get. It's one of the carriage and caravan passages that can go in and out of the town. Marked, you are probably on the other side of that gate, about 100, probably mirroring the same distance. So she can just see it, and is just her visual is these city walls and this brush and the silhouette of brush and woods, and then she sees the gates. You see the silhouette of houses and people and the hubbub of people getting ready for bed, and torchlight and smelly meat and people, just gross people, and then you see the frame of the gate. And you see the backs of the 2 guards who are talking to each other, who are facing you, Lily, out in the wilderness.
I just make my way towards the gate, or the slum.
Yeah, so you are already in the slums. You are about 3 houses or so from Sophie's house.
I approach the guards and try to act like really cool.
Okay.
Like, I like a pipe, and
what?
I'm like, with my hood up,
Okay.
and I'm trying to be very mysterious.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yes.
The town outside of the gates, like, what is the gate guarding? Is that like the castle or the empire, and the town is beyond the gate, or is the town within the gates too?
There is some houses and farmland outside of the city, but the city is a walled-off city.
Okay.
It used to be an elven city, but it's elven architecture, but the wall itself is a human architecture. So it's very square, bricks, but the elven is all like this marble buildings and things, because Rolthane threw up the walls because he's trying to separate human from the world, and his empire from the tainted magic and the heretical gods and faith, anything that isn't Rolthane beyond the walls. So yeah, it's just guarding people and monsters and creatures, and even also races like elves, gnomes, dwarves from getting into the city, because they are seen as...
Okay, sorry, I was
No,
having
that's okay.
getting a visual of what everything looked like.
No, it's fine. Questions are always good.
Okay, well, I'll have those.
No, that's fine, and that's good. It just means I need to be more elaborate. So yeah, you walk up, marked to the guards.
Yeah, I go up to the guards. I have my hood up, and I'm just like...
And you're smug because you're an agent of the grasp.
Yeah. I I'm like, so, have you gentlemen seen anything, any strange happenings going on around this area of late?
Uh, yeah, we've seen. There's, I mean, like that farm boy won't stop pissing over towards us. I mean, at least he could do is turn around, but he just keeps pissing and looking at us.
I, oh,
It's like he doesn't want us. I just want to go break rank and go attack him and show him the true might of Rolthane, you know.
yeah,
And the other guy chuckles as well.
yeah, might have Rolthane.
Yeah.
I mean, like in like any magical or strange unearthly happenings going on in these slums.
In the slums. Well, I mean, beyond. I thought you were talking about beyond the gates. No. Yeah, in the slums. There's that little girl. Are you here for that Sophie case? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're all supposed to keep a close eye on her, and it seems like, but she seems to be fine. We're trying to figure out. So you're here to investigate?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have been sent under in the name of Rolfane.
Yeah, yeah. She walks around with her books. Everybody stares at her, and some men are disgusting and catcall to her, and she just shrugs them off like she knows something more, and like she'll start talking to herself and humming and talking to her books like they're old friends, but not opening them.
Well, thank you for your help, sir. And if you see anything else tonight, I would appreciate the information.
All right.
I give like a half-hearted Rolfane salute.
Yeah, for Rolfane.
For Rolfane.
Lily, your character sees this whole thing happen, this whole interaction happen. You see these guys in the Sworn Guard are in this full armored silver knight attire or full plate mail, sorry. And then they've got like a purple hue and purple garments underneath their robes. And then you see a guy come up with he's got a sort of a deeper purple hood with you still have that armband, right?
That's the only thing I wear. I don't wear the purple hood or anything.
Oh, so you have a black hood.
Yeah, I just have like a black gray hood. Like all my clothes are kind of like peasant-y looking.
Okay. So yeah, you see Chet's character walk up. He's got the.
I have the picture in the.
Yeah.
I showed her the picture.
Yeah. So those draping rags or that draping fashion with with an armband still.
I draped myself with fashion.
You draped yourself. Is that what I said? Draping fashion. And yeah, so he comes up and he has a conversation with the two, and when they're talking, they're actually both looking away into the slums with their back towards you. I don't know if you are wishing to sneak into the city or if you are wishing to just walk into the city.
I think she's just gonna try to walk into the city. She doesn't really have reason to sneak in. She's pretty clear with her purpose there. She doesn't want any trouble.
Okay. Is that what you do? You just walk right up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sneak. Will that create more conflict for the game? Am I being
just
boring?
No.
It wouldn't be boring at all.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Do what you gotta do. Like, just be your character.
Okay.
Like, just make whatever choice your character would make. If that makes it not boring.
It's hard teaching an actor how to act in a game, but it's so easy. But you're like, I'm overthinking it.
Because you can't write it. If you write it, it's pathetic. Ford writes it.
I know, that's why it's hard. It's hard to get right.
I write it. Well, we all write it together. I'm just thinking of other things that aren't your character.
She does have like a since her people don't speak, but they know how to write. She does have a written request to enter the city just in case. So
Okay.
she gets that ready just in case the guards do stop her, and also has a little pouch of gold in case any bribing needs to
Okay.
happen.
Yeah. Do you walk up? Are you walking up during this conversation with the guards and this
Yeah.
character in gray robes? Okay. Mark, you see a girl or a female character walks up with. Do you have your elk? Right, you
Yeah.
have an elk. Okay. She's got her elk bridled and is walking it as she would a horse, just up casually. She looks a little uh,
Scary.
nervous and excited. Maybe not so nervous as she would eager.
I'm just kind of astounded by.
She looks human.
And I near like my pipe almost falls out of my mouth, and I end up burning my hand on it just by like from catching it.
Yeah.
And the I don't know. Yeah, that's all I do right now.
Yeah. One of the guards go, "Halt there, ma'am. You got papers? What's your name?"
Oh god, this is where the hard part comes in. She just hands them wordlessly the roll of parchment.
Must be fast.
They grab.
What?
No, I was just. You just see Rachel in the background. I'm just making faces.
Oh.
I'm just making faces at you.
You were?
Yeah, I was going. And I was making faces at you. So, the. Yeah, you gave the paper. He reads it over. And they just kind of like look at you like, we're supposed to just, anybody who has a paper can just get into the city.
I try to intervene. I'm like, I'll take care of this.
And she does look like that woman on file in the description. She's a female carrying, or female with an elk.
I make the connection.
Yeah. Rather quickly.
Is
Is she with you, sir?
What's that?
Is she with you? Sorry.
Yes.
Can you guys hear friends in the background? Sorry.
Yes, that's why I'm here. Apart from investigating the child, I also have been sent to meet her. She's here to help me with the case.
Oh, right.
You know, the Rolfane business.
Yeah, Rolfane business.
Yeah, Rolfane.
It's funny because you say it like Rolfane business, but they're like, well, yeah, duh. But you're like making fun of them, and they're like, yeah, we know.
I'm like super casual about it.
Yeah. They're like, all right, well, whatever. So yeah, do you, Lily? Does your character go with this strange man?
I offer to look at the paper, so I take it from the guard.
Okay.
And I'm just like reading it. What does it say?
It's
Exactly.
It's just it has the signatures of the chieftains of my tribe just requesting an audience with Rolfane to discuss an overabundance of magical creatures and beings in the woods, and
Okay.
like asking to take immediate action or for counsel on what to do with the matters.
Okay.
Do I recognize? Is it like in common, or is it in a language?
No, it's in common.
Okay.
Common speech.
Okay. You can read. I mean, you could also probably read it anyway, because you've got a lot of languages.
Yeah. I just kind of like look at it a couple times and like just try to make sure I have everything, and I'm like, where are you from? Can you tell me?
I take the paper away from him and I hand it back to the guards and toss them a bag of gold coins, making it clear to this hooded stranger that I don't need his help, that my business is mine and mine alone.
Nice.
I take the gold back from the guard and like kind of like she like throws it and I like go to the guard, grabs it, and I immediately go like and like throw it back to her.
Okay.
And I'm like, no.
One of the guards is like, hey, that could have been for us. That's a couple beers. What the hell?
I believe you should return to your post. I don't think it would be smart for a captain of the guard to see his men dealing with matters that are already in hand.
We are at our post. Why don't you get to your business? Marked. Oh, he calls you, sorry, marked one. As he says, very demeaning. It's definitely a threat.
I cross my arms, kind of like hinting at the purple armband.
Okay.
And I go, you may want to rephrase, or you may want to rethink what you just said.
I'm not afraid of you. Just, you're a marked one. You know you're surrounded by your enemy. You're a prisoner here. You know that. And he pushes you and then spits at your feet.
I use Ray of Frost.
Alright. Roll to attack.
Escalate quickly.
I don't like when people are assholes.
And this city is a city of assholes.
Yeah. So I try to be nice, and then people are assholes. So
that happens a lot in this city too.
That's pretty much the entire game so far.
It's just you trying to be nice.
I like try really hard, and I do outrank him.
Oh yeah, you do. He doesn't know that.
So
he doesn't because there are so many guards that they don't all. I mean, it doesn't. It's not hard to pass. You just need to swear your allegiance to have a job.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know. Like you said, it's like a detective and a cop. A cop could not know how important an FBI agent is if he doesn't know he's an FBI agent.
I just rolled.
Yeah, you did. So yeah, you hit.
Oh wait, how did you do that?
So this puts in all the information for whatever die it needs and what your modifiers are. And then it rolls for me, and it rolls for the other guy. So my number beat his number.
Oh, wow, damn, yeah, it did.
I think I got a natural 20.
No, you didn't. It would have been green if it was a natural 20. You got a 16
okay.
plus 8. What?
I just kind
Something
of...
like that.
I'm not going to roll for damage because I'm not trying to hurt him. But he spits at my feet. And he says that he's not afraid of me, and I just kind of like cock my head to the side.
Chet, look on the stream. I'm showing you something Rachel wants me to show you. It's going to be there in a minute.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I have to catch up. So I just kind of go, well...
He'll see it in a second because of the stream.
You probably should be. And I kind of take my hood down, and it shows my like pointed ears because I'm part dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wearing gloves, and I take them off, and they're like the claws or the talons. What does that say?
Charmanda binds.
Charmanda binds.
That's amazing.
Charmanda binds.
Chamanda Binds.
Charmander Binds. Yep. All right. So let me. I'm gonna try to get this. I don't have the chat box in stream yet, so hold on just a sec, because people probably want to know the dice rolls.
Okay. Well, I take my gloves off, claws, and then I just kind of like do almost a Jack Sparrow-y kind of thing, where I'm like trying to be like jokingly spooky, and then I actually hit him with a ray of frost and just kind of like freeze one foot in place, and then I freeze the other foot in place, and then I freeze his arms to his sides, and I just kind of like leave him there like that.
Okay. His skin binds, or his skin binds to the cold metal around his. Or no, he pushed you, and then he put his hands on his waist, and then when he did that, you froze his hands
There.
to the metal around his belt.
So he just looks really sassy right now.
So yeah, so right now he looks sassy, but he can't move. And he can't yank his hands off, or else he'll rip his palms off his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to wait for it to thaw, but you're probably concentrating to keep it frigid.
So I freeze him where he is, and I can tell he's struggling, so I kind of walk up to him and I just go, "That's probably not going to melt till tomorrow."
I just cried more at watching Monica and Chandler get married, like engaged, than when you proposed to me.
You what?
I just cried more at watching Monica and Chandler get engaged than when you proposed to me.
Oh, did you go back to that episode?
No, they're doing like a recap
Oh.
of their relationship. They're writing their vows. Fuck you! Shut up!
Anything.
Judgmental farmer.
The
Why
stream
heck-
volume is low.
Why the heck do you name your dang horse Mayo, son? My horse Mayo neighs. It's funny.
Stupid.
It's funny.
She's on Tumblr
I know. Are you doing the same thing?
like a week ago.
Oh yeah.
So I just kind of remind him. Well, now I can't see the camera at all. I freeze him in place, and then I remind him that it's a couple hours till sunrise, and it shouldn't be completely thawed out until noon. That'll give him a lot of time to think about how he treats others, or how he treats his superior.
And when you say superiors, he definitely kind of, his eyes widen. He definitely realizes that he has probably made a mistake.
Especially because somebody used magic inside the city.
Yes, that is true. That
Well,
too.
Just like that means that that person is either allowed to use it, or
Yeah.
that person is just doesn't give a fuck.
A little bit of both, probably.
Yeah. So I just kind of leave him where he is, and then I turn to Lily's character, and I try talking to her again.
Okay. Oh, you guys are walking away at this point?
Do you
Are you
come
good?
with me?
No.
Do you want to see Rolfane?
While this was happening, I ended up sort of jumping onto the back of my elk and drawing my bow, because he shot icy powers from his hand, and he has dragon claws for hands and pointy ears, so I automatically think he's one of like the mythical beasts that's destroying my home and the forest and eating up all of my tribe's food and crops, and so I automatically think he's a threat.
Awesome.
So I refuse to go anywhere near him.
As I ask her if she wants to see Rolfane, I take the band off of my arm because it has like an emblem of Rolfane on it. So I just kind of like take that off and I like open it up. I'm like, "Do you want to see Rolfane? I can take you to Rolfane."
I shake my head. that a monkey?
No, that's Rachel laughing.
Don't
Oh
tell
no,
her
no,
I
that
said
I think that was
Please
I think
don't
that was
tell her I
Friends.
said that.
Guys, I'm sorry. I fuck up your beautiful friends.
No, it's okay.
I was apologizing to them, not to you. I was apologizing to them, not to you. Kitty! Can you throw the cat on the bed? Did you see her? Was that her? Meow.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so she shakes her head. She doesn't
And I
look.
start, and I nudge my elk with my knees to slowly start walking past him, but my aim never leaves my target.
Do
Awesome.
I feel like I put both files in my bag when I left. Are they there?
Which vials?
The files on
Oh,
her
files,
and
yes.
on Sophie.
Yeah.
I take her file out of my bag and I'm trying to run after her and take a file out of my bag and not fall at the same time.
Okay.
And I open it up and show her the rendering of her and try to explain this is you. They're looking for you. I was sent to find you.
Okay. How does your character react?
I falter and I snatch the paperwork out of his hands and look at it. I'm confused why they have a file of me. I didn't know they were watching me or observing me. I didn't know that anyone was aware of my comings and goings until today. And I look at him with even more suspicion that they have a rather accurate drawing of myself.
Yep. So, Mark, you could definitely read some sort of confusion, worry, and a little bit of panic and I guess just unease coming from her reading the photo or the picture, the illustration you've given her.
I jump down from the elk and I kind of shove the paperwork back in his face in a sort of way that demands, what does this mean? How did you come by this? What is this?
Does your character make noise at all, or is she just silent completely?
She's making kind of it's hard to explain because it's her language or how she communicates with her tribe. It's not really guttural grunting sound. It's more of hums and clicks. I'll have to find, there's a specific African tribe that communicates that way too. It's a series of clicks and notes that they make with their tongue and with their vocal folds.
Yeah.
But it's not really grunting sounds. It's more of a higher pitched noise, if that makes sense. I would do it, but
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what you're saying and you don't want to offend anyone.
I'm not a linguist. I'm not Tolkien. I can't make up my own language. I'm not that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So she starts making these weird, high-pitched, clicky grunts. No, but not really grunts, but more
whatever you want to call them.
internal
If
moans.
that's easier, that's cool too.
I'm
Throatal.
worried because she shoves the file at my chest and now the paper's all crumpled up and that just makes me very anxious.
Yeah, because it wasn't yours to begin with. You weren't given it.
And I just I like writing. I like
Lady Birds is in the other
things.
I tried.
She can read, and you can understand me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, pretty well.
So
I'm getting more fluent
no
language.
common. Did your character, or was that just on the sheet of paper?
No, my character. She knows it fluently, I guess you could say.
You could probably understand it. You just.
Yeah, I can understand it well enough to know what people are talking about.
Yeah, because you can just read people.
Yeah.
It's like knowing what someone is saying in sign language. You kind of get it, but you don't really know it.
Right.
I know what's happening. Yeah.
It's a lot of body language too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how she can understand it and read it, but she can't speak it.
Yeah. She just doesn't want to.
Okay.
We're talking to the other shit.
I don't know. I was just asking. I was curious. I mean,
yeah, Penelope. That's what I was talking about. Penelope can talk. She just doesn't want to. Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, sorry, we're talking about the cat.
Penelope.
She can't hear you. She's too busy
Um,
loving mom touching her, which is good because she hates mommy touching her. But so yeah,
so yeah,
she throws the paper in your, and she's kind of demanding how you know this.
I'm like smoothing out the paper in the file and like trying to show her like this is from Rolfane, like this is the man that you want to see. Um, I work for him. Let me help you find him. If you help me, I can help you.
Um, I look at him skeptically, but I reluctantly nod and gesture for him to go first.